Welcome to Heat Illness Prevention Training.
Washington and Oregon has established specific regulations to protect employees from heat-related illnesses in outdoor and high-heat environments. These requirements are designed to ensure safe work practices, minimize exposure, and promote early intervention. Stress is a serious health hazard that can lead to severe illness or even death if not properly managed. Each year, dozens of workers die, and thousands more suffer illnesses from heat exposure on the job. Heat stroke can be fatal and often strikes suddenly if symptoms are ignored. Most heat-related illnesses occur during the first few days of high heat or when employees are new to hot conditions. Understanding the risks and responding early can protect you, your team, and your workplace. Explain the dangers of heat stress and recognize the progression from mild symptoms to life-threatening heat stroke. Identify personal and health-related conditions that increase susceptibility to heat-related illnesses. Describe signs, symptoms, and first aid for common heat-related illnesses. Know how to apply key preventive measures to reduce the chance of heat stress. Our company's employees with awareness training are able to recognize heat-related hazards and avoid exposure. They are not authorized by our company to perform specific duties such as administering treatment, making medical decisions, or implementing engineering controls. Awareness-trained employees, able to identify signs and symptoms of heat stress, dizziness, excessive sweating, expected to report concerns to a supervisor immediately, must follow all posted heat safety instructions and take breaks as directed. Proper training is essential to help employees recognize heat-related hazards, understand how to prevent it, and respond effectively to symptoms of heat stress. This ensures safety and reduces the risk of heat illness on the job. Initial training for all new employees. Refresher training, annually, must complete before working at sites where the heat index is 80 degrees Fahrenheit or higher.
What is heat stress? Heat stress happens when your body can no longer control its internal temperature. This can lead to heat cramps, heat rash, heat exhaustion, and, if untreated, heat stroke. Heat stroke is the most serious heat illness and can be fatal. When it occurs, the body's core temperature can rise to 106 degrees or higher within 10 to 15 minutes. Without emergency treatment, heat stroke can cause permanent disability or death. Recognizing and preventing heat-related illnesses is essential. Environmental factors can contribute to heat illness. The following conditions can increase your likelihood of suffering from heat illness. Working in high temperatures and humidity. Temperatures over 80 degrees with more than 70% humidity should warn workers to prepare for heat illness. Doing work in direct sunlight without shade or breaks in shade is also a contributing condition. Airflow can ease some of the effects of heat, so working where there is no breeze or wind is a factor. Performing heavy physical labor such as sustained or strenuous activities will also contribute to heat stress. At times, workers must wear non-breathable clothing and PPE. Though this protects you from some hazards, it can increase heat retention on the body. While working next to heat-producing equipment or on roadways, heat may radiate in multiple directions to the worker. Personal and health-related conditions can significantly increase the risk of heat-related illness, even in moderate temperatures. Certain medications, such as diuretics and blood pressure medication, can reduce the body's ability to cool itself. Alcohol use causes dehydration and impairs the body's heat regulation. Obesity traps heat and slows the cooling process. Poor physical fitness lowers overall heat tolerance. Employees who are not acclimated, either new hires or those returning after time away, are much more vulnerable. Chronic illnesses affecting the heart, lungs, or metabolism further increase the risk. Additionally, older adults or those with a history of heart illness have greater susceptibility to heat stress. Heat index is calculated by using both air temperature and relative humidity. The heat index reflects how hot it actually feels to the human body. Base heat index values are typically calculated for shady locations with light winds. Because of that, direct sunlight and strong, hot, dry winds can increase the heat index by up to 15 degrees. A high heat index temperature can be an indicator workers may feel heat stress. Heat-related illnesses can be described as a hazardous slope. If we treat symptoms as they appear, we can stop the downward progression of heat-related illnesses. Heat rash and heat cramps may be the initial indicators we need to cool down and hydrate. If we or someone else is showing more serious symptoms like weakness, tiredness, muscle cramps, dizziness, fainting, nausea, or vomiting, it is important to take them seriously. We need to get help right away and cool down, rest, and hydrate. If someone is experiencing the signs and symptoms of heat stroke, their life is at risk. We need to treat symptoms as they appear and stop the downward progression of heat illness. Heat cramps are an early signs of heat-related illness and can quickly get worse if not treated. Heat cramps are caused by heavy sweating and low salt levels. Symptoms include painful cramps, usually in the legs or abdomen, and heavy sweating. First aid for heat cramps includes gently massaging or applying firm pressure to the cramps, sipping water slowly, stopping if you feel nauseous, and eating a light snack every 15 to 20 minutes. Avoid salt tablets. Seek medical help if cramps last more than an hour, or if the worker has a heart condition or low-sodium diet. Heat rash happens when sweat ducts get blocked, leading to skin irritation in hot, humid conditions. Symptoms are red, itchy bumps often found on the neck, chest, groin, or elbow creases. First aid for heat rash involves moving to a cool, dry place, keeping the affected area clean and dry and using powder to soothe the skin. Avoid ointments. Heat exhaustion is a mild form of shock caused by too much heat exposure. Untreated, it can progress to a life-threatening heat stroke. Signs and symptoms include heavy sweating, cool, pale, or clammy skin, thirst, headache, and irritability. You may also see weakness, tiredness, muscle cramps, dizziness, fainting, nausea, vomiting, a weak pulse, and decreased or dark-colored urine. For first aid, call 911. Move the person to a cooler place, preferably with air conditioning, and do not leave them alone. Loosen their clothing and remove shoes and socks. If they feel dizzy, have them lie on their back with legs elevated 6 to 8 inches. If nauseous, lay them on their side. Apply cool, wet cloths or spray mist on them. Offer small sips of water, about 1 small cup every 15 minutes. Heat stroke is a life-threatening emergency. Symptoms include hot, red skin that may be dry or sweating heavily, a very high body temperature, confusion, irritability, or personality changes. Seizures, collapse, or unconsciousness may also occur. For first aid, call 911. Move the person to a cool, shaded, or air-conditioned area. Do not leave them alone. If the person is having seizures, lay them flat and clear the area to keep them safe. Remove heavy outer clothing. Cool the body using ice packs on the head, neck, armpits, and groin. Use cold water or mist spray and a fan if it is safe to do so. Hydration is your personal responsibility and one of the easiest ways to protect yourself from heat stress. Here are some personal hydration tips. Drink water frequently, even if you're not thirsty. Aim to drink at least 8 ounces of water every 15 minutes during high heat. Avoid salty foods, as they can lead to dehydration. Limit alcohol consumption before and after work. Choose water or electrolyte drinks instead of sugary beverages. Always carry a refillable water bottle and keep it with you throughout the day. When it comes to clothing and personal protective equipment, choose lightweight, breathable fabrics. Moisture-wicking materials are better than heavy or synthetic fabrics. Light-colored clothing helps reflect sunlight and reduce heat absorption. Wear loosely fitted clothing to encourage air circulation and sweat evaporation. Use wide-brimmed hats or neck shades to protect your head, face, and neck from direct sun exposure. Cooling gear like towels, vests, or bandanas can be used as needed. For sun protection, PPE, long sleeves, UV protective clothing and sunglasses with UV filters are recommended. Avoid non-breathable PPE when possible. If it's required for the job, schedule frequent breaks and closely monitor for signs of heat stress. Remember to adjust PPE based on the specific task, heat conditions, and job requirements. Acclimation is the process of gradually exposing yourself to the heat. NIOSH guidance says you should acclimate by starting at 20% and increasing your exposure 20% daily until the full shift is reached. Experienced workers can start at 50% exposure. Rest and shade are powerful tools to prevent heat illness. When the heat index is above 80 degrees, make sure you have identified areas that you can take your breaks and meals in the shade. If the temperature is more than 90 degrees, you will need to take additional rest breaks in the shade. Your supervisor will share the rest break schedule with you on those days. Supervisors have several key responsibilities during extreme heat conditions. When temperatures are above 80 degrees, managers and supervisors must complete a heat illness prevention plan. This plan should include specific information on task scheduling, water, shade, communication, acclimation, and first aid. When temperatures are over 90 degrees, a mandatory 10-minute cool-down period every 2 hours comes into effect. When temperatures are over 100 degrees, a mandatory 15-minute cool-down period every hour must be in place. Employees who are concerned about heat exposure should discuss the plan with their direct supervisor. Heat illness is preventable with awareness and proactive safety measures. Protect yourself from heat illness by using this training to recognize heat hazards and symptoms, from mild cramps to severe heat stroke. Staying hydrated on and off the job and wearing clothing that protects you from the heat and sun. Letting your supervisor know if you are struggling with the heat. Taking immediate action to help those suffering from heat-related illnesses. Supervisors can help prevent heat illness by planning tasks, monitoring conditions, and providing water, shade, and breaks for your crews. Communicating and monitoring your teams on a frequent basis during hot days will help to keep everyone safe while working in the heat. Congratulations! You have completed heat illness prevention training. To get credit for this class, you must take the heat illness prevention exam.